What is going on, video game fiends, and welcome back to the channel to part 3 for my Wander With Me series on Lords of the Fallen Update 2.0, where I'm being a vagrant, finding items, defeating bosses, being defeated, and all that good stuff we do in video gaming. As always, timestamps will be below for everything I do and find in the game. If you like the content and find it helpful, please leave a like on the video because it does go a long way in helping me out in the algorithm. Even better, subscribe and hit the bell notification so you can get notified on my latest video. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, welcome back, folks. We are gonna do this boss fight. I'm gonna move forward to see if this would allow him to come in here because the butterflies are stopping him. So this is what I did, and once I got over to the other side, I just started searching around and looking with my lamp. I found this, and yeah, we were like, oh, look at this, we got something over here. I can't get to it, but I gotta go through the umbra. It's interesting that even though I wasn't in Umbra, when you do take out the lamp, enemies can still hit you if they are aware of your presence. It's pretty wild. So here he's still not able to come in. I had to actually engage with the boss for him to actually drop in and help me out. And we got this little crazy NPC just chilling there.
Behind the edge of a sentinel's blade, more often than not in this place. Makes me curious how you're still breathing. I suppose dangling the promise of salvation from one hand and the threat of death from the other keeps a pilgrim obedient. No, on second look, you're not just another deluded lamb, are you? You know, not long ago, I saw a dark crusader carrying that same lamp. Now it's in your hands. Again, curious. I know they'd see you rejuvenate those obscene monuments preventing a deer's return. Don't. That's a threat. But also advice. A deer rewards the faithful. There's salvation, but you won't find it.
I'm gonna let a lot of that dialogue go in the beginning, and then I think I'm gonna get to a point where if some of the dialogue is just too long, I'm just gonna skip through it, guys. I don't, you know, this is more about showing off the gameplay, you know, not really the, although all that dialogue these NPCs have is a lot. So at this point, he told me he was able to finally come in. So I'm down here alone while he traverses the top and comes in here. And here he is. And now we're gonna do this Gorge Sister Deafwing boss fight. We were thinking too that we were gonna get into some crazy stuff, you know, and it was easy peasy actually. Look at all that damage we're already doing. We are just swinging away, and I am roly-poly, you know what I mean? Doing a little roly-poly, you know? Hey, I didn't even realize that he was whatever, gone. Yeah, and then here I was just showing him where to go to get items that I already got. You know, I gotta say, this is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome so far. Being able to play a Souls-like game co-op, any game, whether it's a Souls-like or not, there needs to be more games like this because this truly is peak. This is awesome, absolutely awesome. We're both having a ton of fun. We actually played this more than I thought we would play, and that alone should say a lot because, like I said, I have a ton of footage. I already have how many videos do I have already? Let me see. I have 54 clips of footage so far. That says a lot. I didn't think I was gonna play this much, but we are having so much fun, man. Absolutely enjoying every step of the way so far. We've been staying up a lot later than we need to. You know, my girl's not gonna like hearing that, but I've been staying up extremely late with him. Our girls are really not gonna like that or know about that we've been staying up so late, but it's all in good fun. And you know, this is what we love to do. This is our hobbies. You know, this is Deafwing's favorite hobby. This is my favorite hobby. We've been gaming for so many years. Being able to do this once in a blue moon is awesome, but there definitely should be more games like this for sure. So here we are going to go back inside because I remember seeing there was some sort of door in the background. So that's where we're going to head to. Hopefully it's the next area or wherever it leads us to. But yeah, I was also still checking around, making sure we pick things up. And then at this moment, Deafwing said, bro, this thing glitched again. And look, again, I see roads, baby. I see roads. There it is. So we're going to have to reset. At this point in time, I didn't know that I can, that he needed to get hit by an enemy to reset that. So what I was doing at this point, just going on and finding somewhere where we can reset so he can continue forward with me. Because he's not going to be able to climb. Look, he's not going to be able to climb. And yeah, look, he can't get up. He went to go get that item. He's like, well, I'm stuck down here. That's it. I'm done. I can't do anything. So I don't know if this is a new glitch or if this is something that's been in the game for a while. Let me know in the comments if you've experienced this and if it is new or if it's old. So at this point, I decided to go all the way back and reset at the Vetsage point where we were farming earlier. So that's what we're going to do because, yeah, he can't do nada. So we are back to the boss area, and we came across these things. We didn't know what they were, and then yeah, that's how we find out. So now we know. Yeah, we saw this path also, and we were like, nah, we'll wait. Let's go up and wander up before we take that one. Yeah, we found this door here also, and we couldn't figure it out. And yeah, obviously we couldn't use Umbra, but so we gotta find a way around. And man, these guys are far annoying. Kind of easy to beat. There's a little trick Deafwing does, but yeah, they're and they hit hard on top of that. Man. Oh, he just splat me like a fly. At this point, we decided to turn around and go back to that area and see where that leads, or if there was an item there or anything like that. And we picked up a lacerating knife. Don't know when I'll use that. Don't know if I'll use that. You know, those jumps feel really long. almost as if you're not gonna make them. Glad they included a jump button in this update, because yeah, I'm sure if this thing must have been extremely frustrating to try and jump those gaps. I don't even know how it was. I'm assuming you just push forward and they jump, but not having control of your character and having a bit more accurate jumping is must have been really annoying. All right, we got a little common Orient prayer emote. Also, I'm playing this on PlayStation 5 Pro, so I'm sure it looks a little bit better than normal. So just wanted to mention that, because I don't think I've mentioned that. But I mean, you do see it in the thumbnail. The thumbnail does say in the lower left-hand corner. But just wanted to mention it just in case you're looking at it and say, oh, this looks really nice. It doesn't look like this on my PlayStation. Well, buy a Pro. And so far, I gotta say, a lot of these weapons, a lot of the look of the game is very close to what a From Software game is. So far, out of every game that I've personally played that's a Souls-like, this seems to be capturing sort of that essence of what From Software creates. So these guys really did an amazing job covering what it looks like. And I don't know why he decided to do that, but I took the ladder and he decided to take a nice little drop and splat like a tomato. At this point, I noticed that our time in Umbra was already at halfway. So what I wanted to do is we couldn't find a vestige. I don't know where the nearest vestige was. So I'm on my way back to reset the point because we don't have health like that. And as you see here in the lower left hand corner, I only have one of my health thingamajiggers, whatever, sacrilege. I can't say the word, man. Sacraguivi, I don't know. You know, I looked at this already, and I didn't know why I turned away from it and not pushed it down, because that is a shortcut to get back up here. And Deafwing reminded me, like, "Oh man, push down that ladder." I was like, "Oh yeah, I need to do that."
Another lamp bearer. Aye, so it goes. Should you end up one of the few to earn a vestige, I'll tend to it, as I do, for whatever it's worth, and until I'm in the ground myself. The hallowed sentinels and Rogar will both show you horror enough, but nothing like what that lamp brings into view. And remember, you look into the shadows, might be the shadows look back. Mind yourself, lamp bearer. Whether you took up that light willingly or not, you're on a treacherous path. And forever's never as long as you think. Mind yourself, you're on a treacherous...
Yeah, and this, we need that pilgrim key. We need to buy it from the guy in the hub, and I believe it's like 18,000 lacrima. Yeah, that's a lot. However, when you do get that key, it is a lot harder going through that section. For some reason, the enemies in there have a larger health pool. They do a lot more damage. There's a boss fight in there. There's a bunch of things. There's a lot going on in the pilgrim, and I think that's why it's so expensive to acquire that key. Eventually, this also became a really good and easy farm spot, and you get a lot of like rama, you know what I mean? Man, those moth women, so annoying, and they have such a high health pool so early in the game. Ah, super annoying. However, if they are in that area, it means they're guarding something, an item, and that's something you definitely want. You know, I was looking at the trophies, and there's one for collecting all the armor in the game. At least I think it's all the armor in the game. Or is it specific armor that you need to get, like the ones that you can buy, obviously, like this, hidden in chests? Can someone leave a comment and let me know how that works? Is it every single armor in the game that you have to collect, or is it specific ones that you have to find or buy? All right, guys, we are going to leave it here. If you made it this far, Thank you for watching. I appreciate your support. Please don't forget to like the video so it can help us out in the algorithm. And please do what my beautiful goddaughter loves to say.
Like and subscribe.
Until the next one, keep on gaming.